Well, Houston is getting help to make the city more resilient to flooding and other challenges. Mayor Sylvester Turner announced today Shell will pay for the city to join the Rockefeller Foundation's 100 Resilient Cities program. The foundation will give the city money to hire a chief resiliency officer. The mayor praised KHOU's special on the one-year anniversary of Harvey for highlighting the need that still exists.
And basically what I saw is that even though people went through a great deal, the spirit of people in the city, the spirit is still very strong. People are very resilient, people are very positive. There's still a lot of needs that exist, but I thought the show was very, very good.
Mayor Turner plans to tour more Harvey-damaged neighborhoods this weekend. He says the city should get more than $1.1 billion federal dollars by November to rebuild homes.
That's great news. And if you missed our Harvey